Buzzworthy Radio is on. The entertainment show that gets you up close and personal with today's hottest stars. Here's your host, Novell J. Lee.
Hey guys, welcome into the BUZZCast here at Buzzworthy Radio. I'm Novell J. Lee, and right now we're about to showcase some of our interviews that we had the chance to conduct at San Diego's Comic-Con last month. This was my first ever Comic-Con experience, and let me tell you, no matter what anybody says about this, please, if you ever get the opportunity to go. We're going to do an actual review of Comic-Con at a later date with all of my comrades that I got to go with. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that because that's going to be coming down the pipeline very, very soon. But I'm just going to give you a heads up right now. It was an absolute blast. I was very excited to take part in such a phenomenon, and getting the chance to interview so many people, it was just absolutely mesmerizing, and I'm so glad I get to share this with you all. One of the exciting features that we got to take part of was the Funko Games Rooftop Party, and we got the chance to interview two people from there. First up is Chuck Blevins, who is the director of marketing. Check it out.
Experience with a few of our games?
I am getting some hands-on experience with SCREAM. That was the first one I did. That was insanely fun. Like I love the franchise itself anyway. So getting the chance to play that was absolutely cool.
Cool. Good. Glad you liked it.
Also learning that the voice of Ghostface in the game is actually the voice of Ghostface.
Yeah, Roger L. Jackson. Yes. So the studio team back in Seattle for Sparrow Hall, as it does with all of our games, really sweat the details. It's super important to create a compelling game experience that authentically delivers in the vein of whether it is a movie, whether it's a TV show, whether it's a comic book, and in order to deliver a game experience, it delivers against a very high bar, the expectations that fans have of that fandom.
We were talking earlier with Deirdre about the Indiana Jones game. It's based off the first one, the Raiders of the Lost Ark one, and you just said it yourself, it kind of basically feels like the movie when you play it.
Yes.
I love the feature about the hourglass. You don't know when it's going to turn over, and once it does, then it's frantic to try to. I think that's a cool element to that game. I think that's great.
And as if you recall from the Raiders of the Lost Ark, or any Indiana Jones movie, that there are those moments of just heart-pounding nonstop action. And the sand timer, when that drops, that creates that cycle of the players quickly working together to match cards, collect items before the timer runs out to be able to move on to the next challenge in the game.
Right. What's your favorite? Can you pick one? Do you have a favorite?
Oh gosh, I've played them all, and they're just for many different reasons. I mean, it's as far as we selebRate like the rest of Funko does. It's about the fans. It's about the fandoms, and so a lot of the games are really based on those core fan experiences and elevating those in board game tabletop fashion as well too. But I would have to say, one I've been recently playing, of course, SCREAM, which you got to get hands on. And in those moments where you're just, oh my gosh, and like, who has this card? Who's got the blood? Who's got a phone?
Who's got this? Yeah.
For example, too. But also, I'd say Star Wars Rivals that we announced at Star Wars Celebration a few months back, and that is a two-person head-to-head dueling game where one person plays as three characters from the dark side of the Force versus the light side of the Force. And what's unique about Star Wars Rivals is that it's not like maybe any other Star Wars game where maybe it's perhaps focusing on a certain trilogy or a moment in time.
Yeah.
The 30 characters in Series 1 and also the locations that you are dueling over really span the entire Star Wars lore and Star Wars galaxy. So whether you're a fan of the original trilogy, which I grew up with as a child, or if you may have children that are fans of the more recent trilogy, or the Phantom Menace, or like the second installment of movies, or if you're a fan of you're excited for Ahsoka that's coming out, next month. She's in Series 1. She's a playable character. She has a hologram variant in the game as well too. So there is something for every Star Wars fan.
I was just told that there's a Rugrats one coming out. I'm also excited for that because I grew up with Rugrats on Nicktoons, on Nickelodeon, and it was just, when I heard that, I was like, interesting.
So forthcoming Rugrats Electronica game, and you're hearing it here for the first time. It's something we haven't publicly announced. But we're really excited. So that's going to be certainly one of our Q4 holiday games that fans can look forward to.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me for a few minutes. That's really great.
Absolutely.
I'm having so much fun right now. Cheers, sir.
Cheers, sir.
Continuing with our interviews at the Funko Games Rooftop Party, we then got to talk to the head of Funko Games, Deirdre Cross. Take a listen.
First of all, Deirdre, thank you so much for being a part of this today. It's just, I'm having so much fun.
Oh, I'm so glad. Welcome.
Yes, and I've never played Funko Games before. This is my first experience with Funko Games, and I'm already having the time of my life. This is amazing.
I'm so glad. What have you played so far?
Well, we just started doing the SCREAM game, and if you guys missed it, she literally said, you have that final girl energy. I was like, oh, so I could be Sydney. I could be Sydney. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. It is one of my favorite franchises, though. I really do enjoy the SCREAM movies. I loved almost all of them, I will say that. There were some misses, but majority of them were really hits. So I do love that franchise. So that was great getting into that. Just the vibe right now, just seeing everybody here. What do you think? Like, just getting everybody to play these games right now.
Oh man, we are having so much fun at San Diego Comic-Con this year. Like, this event here, we call it Rooftop Tabletop. It's a beautiful venue, and we have all these tables set up for people to come and play games and experience our new 2023 game line.
This is awesome. So what, besides the fact that I played SCREAM, what other games do we have up here?
Well, we are showing off our new Star Wars game called Star Wars Rivals.
Okay.
And this is one of the games you can buy here at Comic-Con. And it's also available at Walmart stores across the country.
Nice.
So it is a two-player game, a head-to-head battling game, light side versus dark side. But because this is Funko, there are actually 30 different figures in the game to collect.
Interesting.
Very cool.
Okay, and I was talking with Adam earlier, and he was kind of explaining about the different games itself, where they're all different. They're not all the same, like how to play each one. It's all like different techniques involved. So it's not, each game is different, even though they're Funko games, which I think is really cool. I know I'm probably explaining it incoherently for y'all, but basically, we all initially thought, especially when I came in, I thought that each game kind of would have like the same premise.
Oh yeah.
I thought each game would have the same premise, but each game does not have the same premise. Each one is completely, with its theme, it's all different. I think that's very unique in itself. So we all came into here, myself included, thinking that every game was pretty much going to act like each other.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm so glad that we could surprise you like that. And you know, here at Funko, we believe everyone is a fan of something.
Yeah.
And when you're a fan of a specific movie or a TV show or something, or a franchise like SCREAM, you want your entertainment experience, if it's for the tabletop, to really connect with that story. You want to feel like you're in it. You want to be scared that you're going to get a call from Ghostface and you're not going to make it out of the game. That's fun. That's a great time.
It makes it even cooler and a lot more fun too, because while I was playing it, I was told that the voice of Ghostface is the actual voice from the movie. Robert Jackson, who was the voice in the movie, is actually the voice in the game. That is so amazing that he's taking part in this, that he actually did this. That's a cool thing.
It's really fun.
Yes. Yeah. I'm excited. I can't wait to play some more. I'm going to have a great time. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes out of your time talking with me. This is great. I love this atmosphere. I love everything about this right now. So this is a great experience.
It is. We love playing games. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you so much.
We may have got some exclusives from those Funko interviews, but we now transition over to Mondo. Yes, I got to stop over at the Mondo booth and talk to Hector Archie, who is the spokesperson for the vinyls, as well as Peter Santa Maria, who's the spokesperson for the collectibles and the posters. I may have fanboyed a little bit in this conversation, and you'll understand why once you get into it. Take a listen.
We just basically got told that men don't listen, but we do hear women.
Exactly.
That's it. That is the thing.
Can confirm.
That is a nice little bit of a way to start this interview with these two gentlemen that are standing next to me. I'm with Hector. How are you, sir?
Good.
And Pete?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And I'm here in front of the Mondo booth.
Yes.
And so
the place to be.
It is the place to be. I already walked by the line, and it's just like, even though it doesn't open until 3 o'clock, it's just with so many people.
Oh, it's out of control.
Yeah. If
we had to hand out wristbands at the beginning of the day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Yes.
they were gone by
Minutes.
9:05.
Yeah. 9 to 9:05.
Yeah.
This band's gone. Yeah.
So for those that don't know about the Mondo experience, can you explain exactly what it is for them?
Yeah, I think in a nutshell, Mondo's a company that values and works closely with artists across the board. So we have 3 big pillars: posters, vinyl records, and our 3D collectibles and toy divisions. All 3 of them prioritize and thrive off of our relationships with creators and creatives. We have artists in-house like myself. I go by Attack Peter as an artist, and Hector himself sculpts and paints so many of our figures. But we also work with other artists designing our stuff like James Groban, Jesse Hernandez, and of course with our poster division, Tom Whalen, Florian Bertmer, and tons more. So the basis, the backbone, the secret sauce of Mondo is looking for a great vision outside of our 4 walls and bringing it in.
He said it perfectly.
He said it perfectly.
Yeah. Period.
That's it.
Period.
How hard is that process? Because you talk about the fact that you both are artists and you do the design work, and it's just, for me, I don't know how to do any of that. And that is a struggle for me in itself. So it's just, how is that for you guys to come up with, like, not just with concepts, but also the design work, the artistry, everything?
Yeah, I mean, luckily for us, when we do work with like an army of amazing, talented artists that we reach out to, and they help out in that aspect as well. But yeah, in-house, it's all about trying to find something that we as fans are excited about.
Yeah.
You know, that's our main philosophy. Like, if we get hyped, if we're like, yes, we want to do this, and there's like a little like, glimmer in our eye.
Yeah.
Yes, that we know we're doing.
We fast track it.
Yeah, we fast track it.
And honestly, it is hard work, but it is like, I would do it for free if I could afford to do it.
Of course.
I mean, you think about it, it is playing with your toys and show and tell done professionally.
Yeah.
Essentially.
We're literally kids, but in adult form.
Yes.
Like,
Basically, I just never grew up.
Yes.
No, we're in the perfect
taller
place for that.
and
We're
bigger.
just now taller, and
I forward
I'm a little fatter.
Yeah.
Definitely pudgier.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely a little pudgier.
I
here.
forward all my success to my 4th grade teacher. I say, you see, I told you it was worth it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I actually went through that. It's like, you are not going to make any use of this in life. And then all of a sudden, oh, by the way.
Yes. I tell people when we first started having some success here, like, I want to go on a reverse apology tour where I go to all the old teachers and people that I had say, you're wasting your time, and say, look, now you owe me an apology. Reverse apology tour.
I love it.
I love it. Now, anything that you can reveal that has been premiered here at Comic-Con this year?
I mean, we're so excited with all the exclusives that we brought. We have great exclusives in the booth, great exclusives online. All of our biggest lines are getting brand new, like, booths. We got our 6-scale Masters of the Universe, Prince Adam, released online. It's amazing. Our
You
6-scale
just already spoke my language. It's
Right?
like, I love He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Oh, okay,
I'm
so-
a huge fan of
Yeah,
that.
you
so-
need to go check it out.
Yeah,
because
it's crazy. Hector has been leading that line, and it's been we have all the Masters of the Universe fans, like, super hyped. We revealed our Trap Jaw, our retro edition Trap Jaw today. It was so
Prince
amazing.
Adam is our Comic-Con exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We had Skeletor just come out recently to great success. Panther's on the way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we're dyed in the wool Masters fans, so we keep going hard on that line. Yeah.
I mean, since you mentioned it, what iteration? I mean, obviously, I'm OG all the way.
Yes.
OG
Oh,
all
what's
the-
my favorite?
Yeah.
I mean, I love the OG, and then I had them all. And then in 2002, when they brought it on Cartoon Network, I was like,
I was a fan of that one.
heck yes. And the 4 Horsemen, their figures. I went throughout all the Targets and Toys R Us trying to find Mechaneck and the rare version of Merman and all that. Loved it, dude. Shit. What about you? What's like your? I know you're probably in the same boat, but like, what's your favorite line and who's your favorite character? I would say.
Oh, that's a good
favorite
one.
character.
That's a good one.
For me, it's Merman. So.
I think Scareglow is my favorite character, and that was like
Scareglow.
the grail back in the day to grab a Scareglow.
Yeah, I never had
and
a
now it's
Scareglow.
still impossible to get the old one. It's like thousands of dollars online. But yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of the original Toyland.
Yes.
It's my favorite iteration of
Same.
it because
Oh,
they had
absolutely.
so much fun with it. It was just like an endless plethora of amazing character design. So yeah.
And when you know the story of the origin of the toy line, you realize that they were doing the same struggling that we do now,
Yeah,
like putting
yeah.
things together, like last minute.
And they didn't
oh my
have
God.
as much
Right.
Yeah.
the technology or the
No.
specs
Exactly.
back then like we do now. So
Yeah.
imagine what that was like
Right.
back
and so,
in the day.
And so we feel with all the IP that we work on that we're like torchbearers, we're keeping it going. We got to respect what came before, help push it
Yeah.
forward, and find that through line throughout all of it.
Right.
I will say, since you did bring up that question,
Yes.
like who's the favorite?
Yeah.
I will say, I don't want to say that this is a bad thing that you're picking a villain, but I loved her, Evelyn.
I love Evelyn.
Evelyn.
I love Evelyn. We
Evelyn's
love
awesome.
Evelyn.
Villains are the best.
Villains are the
They always
best.
have
I-
the coolest designs.
Yes, and I think my favorite take on Evelyn is the recent Revelation show. To see
Yes.
her character arc. Oh my God, dude,
That
I
was-
loved her in
that
it.
was
Lena
such a-
Headey
yeah.
voicing it.
Oh yeah.
No, go around the corner. Sorry,
I loved her arc.
sorry, I'm lost in the city. Yeah,
Like, I loved her arc on,
Yes.
on Revelations. It was so good.
Yeah, I
just
love that.
Just for the fact that they developed her
Yes.
even more, I thought that was impressive.
Orko, man, had his moment in that
Oh
show.
yeah, best moment of the show. It was
Orko,
incredible.
yeah.
It was incredible.
Well, you know, it just speaks to what we do here. Like, we are trying to do the same thing that we're talking about with that show, which is like find those moments, find those Easter eggs, find those nostalgia hits, but also amplify everything so like it feels the way it felt when we were kids.
Absolutely.
To us now as adults, you can be jaded, you can seen it all, been there, done that, but if we can get that spark back, that's huge.
That's great. I love it. I can't wait to check this out,
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for talking
Nice
with
meeting
me.
you, buddy.
Nice meeting
Yeah,
you.
Asia.
We hope you enjoyed those interviews from San Diego's Comic-Con. We got more on the way as more videos and more blogs are going to be presented to you about Comic-Con. I cannot wait to share this with you all because, again, there's just so much to say in so little time. But I'm very excited for you guys to see it. But as always, I'm Novell J. Lee, making sure you keep getting the latest buzz with Buzzworthy Radio by logging onto our website at buzzworthyradiocast.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Buzzworthy Radio, liking us on our Facebook page, and you can even check us out on Amazon Music, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. See you guys next time. Take care.
From Twitter to iHeartRadio, Buzzworthy is everywhere. Miss the show? Log on to BuzzworthyRadiocast.com for past shows and videos of some of your favorite stars. Stay connected to Buzzworthy Radio.